Dennis Anderson, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker at High Desert Medical Group. This is our 30th annual Senior Expo, and this is a project that was initiated more than 25 years ago by Dr. Richard Merkin and Dr. Charles Lim of High Desert Medical Group. And what their wish and what their desire was to do something meaningful for our elder citizens of the Antelope Valley. And through all that time, we've been giving a big extravaganza every year. Well, this year is a little different. We have the COVID-19 pandemic. So as you can see, I'm wearing a mask, and our Senior of the Year nominees, they are also masked. But what we're trying to do is to give everybody the honors and recognition that they so richly deserve. So this morning, we'll be introducing you to our Senior of the Year prospects for the year 2020, and Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian, will be walking them onto stage, and we will be presenting honors and recognition to them. I must say, in the more than 20 years that I've been involved in the Senior of the Year project, that all of our seniors, virtually all of them, ought to be the Senior of the Year, but that all prospects, it really is like the Academy Awards. You really just want to be in that field of honor. Senior of the Year nominee, we have Mr. Felix Meyerhofer. I've known Mr. Meyerhofer here in the Antelope Valley for more than 30 years. He was a bona fide member of the big band generation. He was first trombone in a lot of the big traveling jazz bands, and his autobiography is Diary of a Young Musician. But Felix was also a Teacher of the Year in the Palmdale School District, and he also was the leader of the jazz band at Palmdale High School. And he's also been just a terrific public citizen. So we'll have Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian, escort Felix Meyerhofer to the stage now. Felix, join me here at the microphone. I got just a couple of questions for you.
All right, Dennis.
How many children's books have you authored?
Well, I have 8 published right now,
Wonderful.
and my son and I are working on 34 that we're going to have published in the next 2 years.
34, that is remarkable.
Yeah.
So if I understand, you've been a big band musician.
Yes.
You've been a member of an Air Force band
Correct.
during the Korean War.
Right. Yes.
And you also have a lively career as a children's author.
30 years now. Yes.
So you've done a lot of stuff.
I've learned a lot.
And that is why you're one of the 2020 Senior of the Year nominees. And in the more than 20 years that I've been involved with this project, I always say everyone who's the nominee is the Senior of the Year as far as I'm concerned.
And I really appreciate that.
Well, you're a great civic actor and a great contributor to community. Now, how was it that your marriage helped get your life organized?
Well, you know, I was already on the road for 13 years when I met my wife.
Okay, and her name was?
Shirley Wagner, and her professional name was Shirley Wagner. And I
Yes.
met her at Harris Club at Lake Tahoe. And we were doing a Christmas show there I was with a group called Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians.
I remember Fred Waring.
In fact, we made the most fantastic Christmas album called The Meaning of Christmas that is considered number 2 throughout the world. I tested, tried 750 Christmas albums, and we came in second.
Well, I gotta tell you, it's an honor to know you, and I must say I'm glad you're one of the 2020. This is an unusual year, that's why we're wearing the masks, but it's an honor to know you, and I hope the whole Antelope Valley is gonna know you just a little bit better.
I'm happy to be here and happy to be with one of the recipients.
And now we have Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian. She has a little bit of recognition for you. And High Desert Medical Group is just glad you were able to join us today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wow. Oh my God. Thanks. a great surprise, and again, really appreciate it. In fact, it says appreciation award. It took the words out of my mouth. Okay.
All right, sir. Well, I salute you, and we're gonna join each other a little bit later.
Very good. And again, I want to thank the entire group, and it was a complete surprise, and actually it was a great moment of my lifetime, one of my great moments.
We are going to ask our Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian, to escort George and April Ray to our virtual 2020 Senior Expo stage.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning,
Thank you,
April
Maria.
and George.
Good morning.
It is November Veterans Month, and George and I are both veterans. And,
That I are.
that you are.
Yar.
And I want to ask you, how did the two of you meet?
I don't know, who are you anyway?
Well, he'd been in Vietnam, and when you're there, when you leave, they ask you if you want to go somewhere special, and he said he wanted to go to England.
I see.
So they sent him to England, and I met him 3 days after he arrived. I got a party.
My family was in Scotland.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I'm first generation American,
Very well.
and so that's why I wanted to go to England. And as she says, 3 days later, we met.
We met at a party.
Our eyes met, and she hated me.
I think the English expression is Bob's your uncle.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. No, we
could be.
met at a party in Oxford, and I walked out of the backyard into the house, and he was sitting in the hallway with his legs out, and I
Well.
tripped over him.
Okay then.
Well, actually,
And fell upon me.
I landed on him. And I said something very rude to him, and he said something very rude back. And I thought, well, I won't see him again. And then I saw him 2 days later. He showed up. He borrowed a friend's car, because he'd only arrived, hadn't got a car. And he took me out to the stock car races. God knows why.
Yes.
I know. And on the way back, he crashed the car. And we shook hands, and I thought,
Only slightly. I mean, you
only
wouldn't have.
took the side out, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
And when he walked out of my house, I thought, well, I quite liked him. I shan't see him again.
And here we are.
And here we are,
Yeah, here we are.
48 years later, and we're still together. It's amazing.
And how did you come to be in the Antelope Valley, you two international travelers?
Well,
Got stationed here
Okay?
mhm.
after England, and we got stationed right and worked on the B1 and really enjoyed myself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And I went to the library in Oxford and said, have you got a book on the Mojave Desert? And she said, oh yes, and she came up with this tiny little volume, and I opened it up and it said, black widows, scorpions, rattlesnakes,
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah.
I went, I want to live there, good Lord. And all the years I've been here, I've never seen one.
No, we never have
I
seen.
know, it's amazing.
That's right. Never seen a rattlesnake.
Nope, not at all.
And so you were nominated for Senior of the Year, honestly, because Daisy's Costume Shop really became a community institution.
Mhm.
And we also know how much of a labor of love that you put into the operation.
It's always been great fun.
Oh yeah.
And the people that come in, they come into the store and they were mesmerized,
Yes.
Mm.
you know. And we enhanced that. We enjoyed it.
Well, we've always said we've never actually worked a day in our lives.
Oh,
We
goodness.
just play harder than most people.
How lovely.
Yeah, because really, what we did was such fun.
Yeah.
And we would dress people up, and they weren't allowed to leave until we liked it, you know.
And doing the theaters, that's
Oh, yeah.
great fun.
Yes,
Wonderful
you
people.
you are legitimately a man of the boards. I mean,
Oh, yes.
you have appeared in
Oh, yeah.
Playhouse
Oh yes,
productions.
directed, acted, and then cleaned the floors, did all that sort of thing.
Did the laundry.
Everything that we do in community theater.
Oh yes,
Well, listen, we want to congratulate you for your nomination,
thank you.
and we're going to have a little bit of recognition presented by Miss Maria Kupelian and our
Oh.
Miss Antelope Valley.
How lovely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Oh, Maria, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
And now for our Senior of the Year nominee, I'm going to introduce Miss Mako Roberts. She will approach the stage with Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian. Good morning, Mako.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
It's very nice to see you today,
I see you too.
and I want to ask you, what is the garment that you are wearing?
Oh, this is a kind of popcorn.
Okay,
It is called a howley.
a howley, very well. Well, it is very beautiful.
Thank you.
I see also that you were wearing a tag for the Antelope Valley Mobile Vietnam Wall, very appropriate during our Veterans Month. And Mako, do you know why you were nominated?
I have no idea.
I understand.
I never even dreamed of it. So because I don't really done much, anything to be recognized.
I understand. The reason you were nominated is because your friends and supporters consider you to be a terrific example of community service, of working with the soup kitchen for the Methodist Church, supporting your husband Philip's veterans activities, and I've even seen that really cool PT Cruiser that has Elvis Presley on it. Oh, how many years is it since you came to the United States from Japan with your husband Philip?
Oh, 57 years.
Oh my goodness. And Philip was in the Navy, is that correct?
Was, yes.
Yes. And how long have you all lived in the Antelope Valley?
Oh, it's many years now. It's close to 20 years.
And you have grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
Yes, sir.
How wonderful.
Wonderful, yes.
Well, I want to congratulate you on being our Senior of the Year nominee this year. And we have Miss Antelope Valley, Maria Kupelian, and she's going to present you with, she's going to present you with a bouquet and some recognition for the honor.
Thank you very much. I am so honored. Oh, thank you, thank you.
And please give my fond regards to your husband Philip and the Fleet Association. And thank you for all the work that you do in community, Mako.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
All right.
Thank you. I really appreciate the Highness of Medical Group. Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you at the Wellness Center soon.
This is such an honor to me. Thank you.
And our next person in nomination is Miss Joycelyn Alma Shank. And she's going to be escorted to the stage by Maria Kupelian, who is Miss Antelope Valley. Well, good morning, Joycelyn.
Good morning.
And
Just call me Joy.
I will call you Joy.
That's
And,
easier.
and there's a reason for that. How come people call you Joy?
Well, there's several reasons, because a lot of people look at my name and call me Jocelyn,
Yeah,
and of course, my mother shortened it to Joy. My
Okay.
sister's name was Jackie.
okay. Well, the way I heard it is you tend to bring people a lot of joy.
Yeah, I guess some people have said that.
And how do you do that? You're in a local performance group, are you not?
Yes, I belong to the Happy Singer group. I've been with them for 2 years.
Okay,
They're a marvelous group. We have formed a good friendship with all of them.
okay,
There's usually 20 of us in the group.
okay,
A couple have passed away this last year.
okay.
And,
But what do the Happy Singers do, Joy?
well, we go to all the different rest homes
Okay,
in Lancaster, approximately 9, I believe.
okay,
We go there and see each one of them at the rest homes every year.
okay,
We have a theme, whatever season it is. St.
Right.
Patrick's Day, we wear green and so forth. and they would sing Irish songs or whatever. And like I said, I've only been with them for 2 years. The Happy Singer group has been, I think, about 12 or 14 years.
Sure, no,
And
they're big.
it's a very fun group. I really enjoy being with them. I have been an entertainer. I get to sing solos,
Outstanding.
and I even get up and dance.
Oh,
And the people in the wheelchair, the patients in the wheelchair, enjoy that because I'll go over and hold their hand while I'm dancing, and they just enjoy having people there with them, and it's something that I feel that I really enjoy doing. I love people. My motto is, I never met a stranger.
you know, I know you love people, and I know that it's also been not just the group with the singing group, but I also know you've worked in prisons with prisoners,
Yes.
and that you've tried to show them a better way,
Yes.
and that is very commendable, very honorable work. And how long have you been married, John?
64 years.
Isn't that terrific? And how did you guys meet?
Well, believe it or not, I was a dance hostess
Oh my.
in
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Very well.
Dreamland Dance was the name, and I wasn't what you would call one of the more popular dancers because
I can imagine that.
I was a little. I didn't wear the sexy clothes.
Okay. Okay.
So my husband came in one time. He saw the sign that said dance, dance, dance. He didn't see the sign on the other side that said girls, girls, girls. And, and he loved to dance. So he came up and danced with me, and his favorite dance is the swing.
Okay.
And he came up there about 3 weeks, I believe, and asked me to go out, and I just kind of put him off and said, well, we're not allowed to go out with the customers, which was not really true, but I just didn't, I wanted to know him better. So anyway, after 3 weeks, he took me out, and he took me to the Palladium, and we had a busman's holiday. So I danced all evening at the Palladium.
Well, it sounds to me like 64 years later, you did get to know each other a little better, so that's great.
So he took me home, kissed me goodnight, and
Wow.
I knew this is the one I wanted to be with the rest of my life.
That's a story many of us would like to live together with our mates. Well, listen, Joy, I do congratulate you. You were nominated for a Senior of the Year nomination because of not only the civic work that goes into the Happy Singers and many of the other things you've done, but also because I think it really is true that you do bring joy. And it's an honor and a privilege to meet you.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna ask Miss Antelope Valley to bring a little recognition for you.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, but I'm very sentimental. I'm
Oh.
trying not to cry.
Okay, okay.
Oh goodness.
You can cry if you want.
Oh, trophy.
And
They
Maria,
spelled my name right.
well, that's good. We like to get the name spelled right. So I congratulate you, and I hope we will be meeting each other in easier time than the current year 2020.
Yes, yes, I hope so too.
You are the Antelope Valley Senior of the Year.
Wow.
Together and separately for
Oh, how lovely.
our 30th anniversary of of holding the Senior Expo.
That's magnificent, thank you. That's
Yeah,
lovely.
we've enjoyed it.
I want to congratulate High Desert Medical Group Seniors of the Year, April and George Ray. For 4 decades, their work in Antelope Valley has made them standouts in our community.
Our honorees are 2020 Seniors of the Year, April and George Ray. We are so grateful for their collaboration, creativity, and commitment to the Antelope Valley.
I'm joined by other leaders in this community who are also very proud of what's been accomplished here. I'm honored to be your elected official, and I want to send you my congratulations for being nominated for this very prestigious award.
April, a native Briton, met George 48 years ago while he served in England with the U.S. Air Force. George retired as a Master Sergeant, going on to work for General Dynamics in the Antelope Valley. But they are best known around the Antelope Valley for their legendary business. For 37 years, April and George were the full spectrum costumers for the Antelope Valley, providing children and adults Halloween costumes, superhero costumes for their birthdays, and wardrobes for theatrical performances.
And the couple is beloved by the community, only recently retiring in 2019.
How did you decide to start Daisy's Costume Shop? How did that happen?
I'll let you go for that.
Well, let me think. I looked around town when we came to town. I looked around to see what Lancaster didn't have. They didn't have a chimney sweep, so my friend and I said, well, we'll become chimney sweeps. And I made the costumes with the top hats.
Yes.
We bought the brushes, and we
Like Mary Poppins.
and we filed our name, Ashes Away. We advertised it. And then somebody said, well, who's going up the ladder to take the thing off the top of the roof? I said, well, I'm not. I can't climb ladders. And my friend Sharon said, well, I can't climb ladders. So here we were with chimney sweep brushes, top hats, and we sold them all at the yard sale, you know. So then I looked around and I thought, doesn't have a costume store.
Doesn't have a costume
And that's
store.
how we started. And I couldn't afford to, I didn't borrow any money to get it started. So we opened a thrift store on Avenue I.
I see.
And we had 50 costumes in the back room, and I would sit all day long and sew. And then one day I looked up and there wasn't room for the thrift store anymore because there were so many
Yes.
costumes, and we bagged up all the
It
thrift.
grew and grew and
Oh yeah, we
grew.
gave the thrift store away. And then I sat for about 2 weeks and nobody came in. I thought, my gosh, what have I done? But not to sew, you know. And we struggled through that first Halloween, and then a few weeks later my friend Sharon Barrow from the Mouse House said she was retiring, did I want her mouse house? And I thought, well, I don't think I can afford that, but I
Right.
could. We
Right.
moved in there and the town went, oh look, a costume store. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history
Yeah.
because the store was delightful.
It was
Oh.
fun.
Always fun.
I think about the ghosty parts and
Yeah.
ghoulish parts that were hanging, and
Yeah.
then I also think about the knights in armor
Yes.
and top hats, and then there was the Renaissance Fair, and
Oh,
it became.
I love those costumes. They were beautiful.
They certainly
And
are.
we really had a good time. We really did.
And then, so, you know, this is wonderful, but
Yeah.
we've had such fun doing it.
Yeah.
And I thank the people of the valley.
Yes. Yeah, we're just sorry we're not still around. And we were retired last year because we're getting old and George wasn't feeling very well. But we wouldn't have been in business anyway now,
Now,
we think.
Do I understand Dr. Perazzo is your,
Yes.
your,
We signed up with him 35 years ago when he first came to High Desert. He was a young man then.
well,
Well, we were all young then, weren't we? The other day I said to him, now you've got to live a long time because you've got to look after me and I'm going to be very old. He said, I think you better start looking around for a younger doctor.
well, my personal hope is that Dr. Perazzo is with all of us for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How could I live without him?
And he has a
Yeah.
sense of fun like you.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he collects comic books.
Yes.
He's been in, get his costume a couple of, 3,
We
4
dressed
times.
him up several times.
Outstanding.
Yes, he was Charlie Chaplin one year, and he was absolutely, he was magnificent. The walk, everything. He was so funny.
What do you know, aside of Dr. Perazzo?
You didn't know about it, right?
didn't know.
Lovely man, yeah.
Well, April and George, High Desert Medical Group wants to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I can just say through these years, it's been a pleasure to interview you a few times, but also just to know you.
Oh, well, I've got goosebumps. I think it's wonderful. Thank you. Thank everybody. It's just amazing.
And we have a presentation.
Hello,
Oh,
Maria.
look.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Okay.
Oh, if we had a costume.
Wow, this
Thank
looks
you.
like the Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
I'm glad you put on her.
oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
Why, you've had courage all the while. What you need is a medal.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, aren't they just magnificent? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Have to carry a little more, or we will help you with that.
There you go, yeah. Thank you.
I want to present from the City of Lancaster recognition.
Oh,
I can tell you the one that's unusual is the one with the wood. They go out of their way when they go for the wood.
oh, isn't that lovely?
We also have recognition from the City of Palmdale for April and George Ray.
Oh, that's lovely. We did a lot of
Seniors
work
of the
at
year.
Palmdale, yeah.
Palmdale
Amazing.
Playhouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Arsenic and Old Lace was
Oh.
my daughter's first play.
That was the first one we costumed when they opened the playhouse.
And from the State Senate, that would be Senator Scott Wilk
Oh,
for
God.
George. And I'm going to assume this one better be for April. So Senator Wilk sends
Good
his
heavens.
regards.
Thank you.
So
That's
if you don't
great.
have costumes on the wall, you've got stuff to put up with push pins. And this is from also the City of Lancaster. And
Oh, isn't that
Mayor
fabulous?
Farris sends
Yeah.
his greetings and the city sends its calligraphy.
Oh, how lovely. I dressed Mr. Parrish up once, Paris.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, as an Indian Maharaja.
I was, well, that would be appropriate now, but, anyway, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
and
This is
we'll be-
amazing. Just amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
We will see each other in an easier time and year.
It's got
I
it's
hope
got to